Hey guys, welcome back to Rusty Autoholic Garage. Yesterday was a massive success. We figured out the motor mount plates, we got them welded up, and after I ended the video, I did end up painting them last night. I have them right here. So this is my driver's side, which for everyone else would be passenger side. And this is my passenger side, which for everyone else would be driver's side. Again, right-hand drive, everything's backwards. And they came out really well. Now, I had said last night on my video that I was going to paint them a Rust-Oleum hammered silver. The color didn't come out the way I was really wanting it to, so I ended up going with the Rust-Oleum hammered pewter that I had, and it really gave it the look, feel, and finish that I wanted. I'm really happy with this, so let me set these down. They're kind of heavy. But, yeah, these are going to work out perfectly. And I didn't paint them black because I really didn't want to hide them. I feel like when you paint a bracket black, it kind of gets lost in the engine bay, and KubotaSwappers put so much time into this and really helped me out with everything. I really wanted to always showcase it, and I really want to give them a huge shout out. Yesterday, there were a lot of moments in the film where you see me on my phone. I'm actually calling and texting KubotaSwappers for all the weird stuff we ran into. It was his day off, he didn't have to take my phone calls, he didn't even have to take my text messages, and he responded instantly, and I cannot thank KubotaSwappers enough. Without him, this project wouldn't happen, so please, if you're interested in doing this project, or you're even interested in a diesel Wrangler period, or a diesel Cherokee, or any kind of other diesel swap for an off-road vehicle, please go check out his site. He does a ton of different adapters for Kubota diesels, and I cannot thank him enough. And to give you an idea, see how big this plate is? This was custom made. Now he has the designs. If you end up wanting to do a Wrangler TJ with a Kubota motor, he'll be able to sell you this, not a problem. But to give you an idea of how unique this plate is, here's the original plate. It's tiny. Does all the same things this plate does, but only has one motor mount position on it. So, I mean, we went from this, which is lightweight and a very nice piece, to this, which admittedly this is heavier, but I have a lot of things I'm still going to have to figure out and attach to the engine before this whole project is done. So anyway, again, thank you so much, KubotaSwappers. Without him, this would not happen. So anyway, on to today. Today, we're going to get both of these motor mount plates attached to the engine, and hopefully I'm bolting the engine in for the last time and I am not pulling it anymore. Hey guys, I gotta admit I'm really happy right now. I know I don't normally do these intermission videos, but this right here, this has been a dream. This is something I have wanted for years. I've always wanted a diesel Wrangler. I love the torque. Everything about diesel is really neat. And to finally have the engine hoist, which is behind the camera right now, folded up and the engine in place. I don't have the two nuts and bolts on it. Or, sorry, I don't have the washer and the nuts on the motor mount bolts, but they are going to be perfectly fine. I've got to find them real quick. Don't remember what I did with them. But the engine's in. And I want to point out, look how small of a package this is. I mean, we're not even close to the front axle. To give you an idea, the front crankshaft pulley is maybe a 1/2 inch, 1 inch in front of the front axle. And we have just gobs of room behind. Here, let me actually move the camera real quick so you can see this. But I mean, look at that. Look how much space we have. It's incredible. But you kind of get the sense right here, and let me lift this up so you can see just how small that Kubota V2403 is. It really is a tiny motor. So here, let me set the camera back up. Sorry about that. So, next steps. I do need to re-torque the crankshaft adapter. I didn't torque enough. I think I torqued it to like 40 foot-pounds. It needs to be like 90 or something. I'll double check on that. But that's going to be easy enough to do. But next steps are we need to take the turbo off. We need to take the crankshaft pulley off. We need to take the water pump pulley off. We're going to completely take off the alternator because we're running a Cherokee alternator. And add the power steering pump. We're going to be installing the Cherokee power steering pump. Because again, one of the goals of this project was I wanted everything to work. I really didn't want this to be a hacky conversion job. I really want just everything to work flawlessly. So we still have a ton of work to go. I don't want people to see this and be like, he's done! I'm nowhere close. I'm just really glad that the engine is finally in place. I'm really glad I don't have to lift it anymore. Having the vehicle dollies, which allows me to move the TJ, is amazing. The downside is it lifts the TJ. So when I was moving the V2403 in and out of the engine bay, I was really having to lift it high. And you know, it's not the heaviest motor in the world. It's only like 414 pounds, but once you start lifting, you know, something a couple of feet off the ground and in the air and it's hanging and swinging and you're trying to turn it, there were times where I was like, I've got to be so careful. So I am so grateful that this is basically done. Now the other thing I wanted to do real quick, I'll do it later, it's going to take too much. I was going to show you all how much hood clearance we have, but to give you an idea, the hood's going to be about here. So the only thing we might run into a problem with is this water neck. And I actually have a couple of ideas for that. Worst case scenario is we're going to have to take this off and get someone to get me a custom little bent piece that turns like 90 degrees or maybe even a sharper, like turn down to get to the radiator. That was my other camera turning off. But no, overall we're in a really great shape. Yeah, that might be a little bit of a clearance issue, but I'm not concerned about it just yet. Actually, it might not be an issue at all. Now I'm looking at it. It'll be tight, but again, there are ways we can fix and address that. I am not concerned at all. Hey guys, I think I'm going to call it quits for today. I'm still pretty sore from yesterday and earlier today trying to get the engine in. As you saw in that last little bit of time lapse, I was checking the hood clearance, and it does clear. Here, I'll show you real quick. You can... Whoop, got that one screw. You can shut the hood. However, the thermostat housing is really close to the roof line. Here, let me show you. This right here. So this is going to have to be modified. My current thought process right now is cut it off and get someone to custom bend me a pipe like 110 or 120 degrees so it's pointing down, and I can just angle this straight at the radiator. This boost hose is also really close at the moment. However, we're not going to be using this. We're not using this turbo. We're going to a completely different turbo setup. So this doesn't matter at all. But yeah, overall the hood clearance is really good. We could fix it in a couple ways. I could actually get these motor mounts remade so it just dropped the mount straight down. But I actually really like how high all the clearance is. I have some plans later down the line for doing a lift and some other modifications, so having high ground clearance is actually going to be a great thing, especially for all the light wheeling I like to do in this area. Just getting everything more tucked up towards the body is going to be really beneficial. But overall, everything's looking really good. The engine's in place. I like where it sits. It is a smidge high, but we're going to be able to work with it without a problem. The accessories will clear. The AC compressor is going to go right here. The mechanical vacuum pump is going to go right here. I'm still waiting for that to come in. But we're making a lot of good progress. I probably will try to make a video tomorrow. I was debating tackling putting the transmission on tonight, but I'm still really sore from yesterday. So I think I'm just gonna take a break, take the evening off, recoup, and really hit this head on first thing tomorrow. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you have, thank you so much.